Free to Succeed, Season 2, Raid Shadow Legends. What it is, though. What it really is, though, edition. You know? Like, what it really is, though. Who can tell me that? All right, so what did we get up to yesterday? One thing we did, we made a lot of progress in Sacred Order. We have to go back and try to knock out this boss, 3-star the boss, but we 3-starred 4 stages. We jumped into 3v3 to get some extra keys, but we 3-starred 17, 18, 19, and 20. We had to manual, I think 18, 19, and 20, but it worked out. I would like to show you the team, but it's not gonna let me go in there without the keys. I don't know if I think they could do the boss or not yet. Probably not. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But the team that we've been running is, of course, Wix. Let's go. Yeah, it's these 5 right here. Armiger is obviously pretty squishy, but he has pretty good protection, right? We get to throw some shields on him here, and then we've got a heal and some buff extension here. But it works out pretty well. Deacon throws up defense down. Wix does some good damage. He actually does some good damage because I've got him kind of built for damaging clan boss, you know. And then obviously he does pretty good damage. He's here because he's the one that's built on a technicality. He doesn't have enough accuracy to really do any turn meter knockback for us reliably, and he's not doing a ton of damage, but he's there. He's a body that's there. If I need someone else, I can make that happen. We know we've got Cardinal, which would be pretty handy. I've got Phoenix, who I guess one of these days I'll have to build because everybody loves him so much. Someone did make a good case for him, actually, in that he's the one some people use to deal with like Ultimate Death Knight and stuff in Arena, which is a good thought, just being able to one-shot Ultimate Death Knight. Because like my Sun Wukong hits pretty hard, but unless there's a defense down, he's not one-shotting an Ultimate Death Knight. So Phoenix, I can't remember. Does he like ignore any defense or anything? What is it that makes him hit so hard? And then the block revive is of course pretty dope. Where is he? There he is. Extra hit if the target has any debuffs. Enemies killed by this skill can't be revived. AoE. Cool. He's got a defense down, decreased speed on the A3. So no, yeah, I guess they're just saying he hits hard, but I still feel like he would need a setup, right? I don't know. Maybe his multipliers are crazy or something. We went ahead last night and 5-starred Morag. Isn't that her name? Yeah, we went ahead and 5-starred her last night. We're gonna start getting her rolling. And yeah, that's kind of what we got up to yesterday. So I went through the comments about the fusion. I told you guys to kind of leave your case for the fusion down below. The only argument anybody made for him really had nothing to do with him, and it had something to do with the fact that Plarium's probably going to add more champions that synergize with him later. Which I don't think is enough for me to want to do it. I kind of touched on that in my video anyway. I was like, if we know Plarium is probably going to try to add champions after the fusion at some point that make you regret skipping the fusion if you did. That's typical Plarium. Because they like the FOMO in the game. So that'll be a good way to flame future FOMO. Is everybody that skips a fusion, they come up with a way to make you regret skipping the fusion. This is a great example. So like some people are saying it might be a faction lord for the orcs because they don't have one yet, I think yet, right? So like maybe it'll be a hound, which would be kind of a strange dynamic for a hound to be the lord of the faction. But you know, stranger things have happened, I guess. But like if that's the case, that doesn't mean you're going to get easy access to him. That just means he'll exist. And if you ever happen to pull him, then he'd synergize well with the fusion that you did. But most of us wouldn't pull him anyway. So unless they did another fusion that was some crazy synergy to him, I still don't know that it would do you a lot of good. And I don't know if it's worth the effort. If fusions were a little bit more reasonable, fine. I would do it to knock it out and have him in the roster. But I'm going to dump all my shards. I'm going to dump a good majority of my gems. I'm going to kind of be stuck doing that. You know what I mean? It didn't feel worth it. I'm pretty happy with the idea of skipping a fusion. The Incarnate I think was cool. The Incarnate I would have done if I had the means to, but that was in the middle of me being out of town. That just wasn't manageable. So I was kind of set on doing whatever this fusion was, but he's even more uninteresting than I anticipated to me. You know what I mean? So I think I'm not gonna do it. I'm still leaning not gonna do it. We have a little bit to decide, but I kind of think I'm not gonna do it. The only reason I would do it is because I want to summon, because summoning is fun. So when the summon events roll around, I want to hit the summon events, and I want to pull my Mithrala during the champ chase. That's really it. That's really the only reason I would do it. It has nothing to do really with getting the champ. So I don't know. Maybe for those reasons we'll do it. You know what I mean? I do want to summon. I do want to summon on the summon events. So I guess I'm still kind of undecided. We've kind of talked our way through it a little bit. And now that I've talked about those things, now I'm thinking, all right, well, maybe I'll go ahead and do it then. Just for the reasons around it that I want to do it. Because maybe we'll see. Here's the thing. I'm probably going to pull Mithrala regardless. So should I might as well do it? I don't know. Because I think we're about at a point now where I'm ready. I'm done working on this other stuff I'm working on. So Mithrala can come right in and get built. And that's kind of like, I was happy to wait for that anyway, because I had stuff to do. Now I don't have anything specific that's pressing. So now I've entered into the phase where if I continue to wait, I'm just waiting for the sake of waiting, right? I'm playing the game that Plarium wants everybody to play. And I've been pretty against that for a while now. So now that we're entering that phase where it's like, I'm just waiting for the sake of waiting, I don't like that. So I'm probably going to pull her soon anyway. So if I'm going to do that and I want to summon, I'm knocking out the two hardest events in the fusion anyway. So maybe we will just go ahead and do it and add him to the roster. And then if anything ever happens in the future, great. Or maybe we get through everything we want to build and we don't have anything else interesting that we want to try. And we'll build him and play around with him. And maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised and he'll actually be good. You know what I mean? Which could be a little bit harsh. He doesn't seem bad. He doesn't seem awful. I just feel like I don't know what he does for my account. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing I can think is that I think my orcs are fairly underdeveloped. Like Artak might be like my only built orc. So he might be great for faction wars. I have a Vrask now, which is going to make my life much easier in there. I do have Shaman. Is Jorg the reviver for the faction? Yeah. A reviver in the faction. I guess I should say there could be more than one now. So yeah, I mean, I guess he gives me someone to add to the roster for faction wars, if nothing else. But like, that's such a meme. That's just such a meme in the game. Good for faction wars. Okay, cool, great, awesome. You know what I mean? So anyway, we have yet again reworked our Nether Spider team. I keep finding a team that works, and then the next time we encounter Nether Spider in another rotation, it doesn't work. regardless of like affinity switches and stuff. Just the team that worked on the same affinity before. So this is the new one I'm trying, and it seemed fairly safe. Right, we get a heal block up. We have HP burns. Look, it's a little slowish. It took him 6.5 minutes, but it worked. So I might set this one because isn't there a? I feel like there's another affinity for Nether Spider in another rotation too. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I guess I don't remember that off the top of my head. Either way, we're trying to push through. So hopefully this team will continue to work for us in Nether Spider, because I think it's kind of our big problem in this rotation. I think the rest of it, Scarab's going to be tricky, actually. Yeah, Scarab's next. What's my Scarab team? Oh yeah, right. So on normal, this team worked really well. I think on hard, I think they struggled on hard a little bit in the higher stages. I think they'll beat him this first time. I think if we see him again around 50 or 60, I think they're going to struggle. So maybe it's time to see if we have any more blood shield for any better units for a Scarab team. I reckon we'll do that when we get there and have to problem solve. But yeah. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. Keeping the arena grind going. And trying to make some faction wars progress now. I'm impressed with how far we got in Sacred Order without having to do anything specific, without having to build anything specific. So we'll see next time it rolls around if we can beat 21. It'd be pretty cool if we could beat 21 without having a 6-star anybody else. Ooh, this is a tricky one. It's a tricky one because of him. Like, if we don't kill her quick enough, or her, she'll probably resist everything. He'll come back and wipe us, probably. Let's see if I'm right about that. It's funny when she gets stunned, she floats up. See, he's gonna come back and get a turn now. Maybe Vlad will get to go. All right, cool. Almost. This one should be fine. The only way it's not fine is if there's gonna be stone skin in the mix. Then it's a problem. Team's working pretty well. GG. Carlisle's killing it, dude. See, you just have to assume. I just have to assume that a level 100 account has a faster arbiter than 299. Yeah. If they hadn't landed the provokes, we would have snuck in and won that, man. How about that? I didn't expect to get to cut there. Cool, this is great. I love this. This is my favorite thing about the game. Just doing this. Well, I guess I guess this is as good a place as any to wrap this video up. GG. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a good day. And I reckon, oh, there we go. I'm still getting out of here though. Hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you soon on the Void account, and then I'll see you later. Have a good one.